Hello and welcome to another episode of the Classical Republican. Today I'm going to read a footnote from Giuseppe Mazzini's On the Duties of Man. Now this is on page 148, and it is the reason why I'm going to read it is because it's an anecdote. It's a specific example of what he talks about, what he describes in theory. It's a specific practice of the of what he calls association, or what others might call mutual aid. He also talks about how mutual aid is superior to charity, but he doesn't give a lot of detail. Um, gives a lot of principles, but not really details of what that would look like in practice. So I'm going to read this footnote. In 1848, the delegates of some hundreds of workmen who had united together with the idea of establishing a pianoforte manufactory upon the associative principle, finding that a large capital was necessary for their undertaking, applied to the government for a loan of 300,000 francs. The application was refused. The association was dissolved, but 14 workmen determined to overcome every obstacle and reconstitute it out of their own resources. They had neither money nor credit. They had faith. They initiated their society with a capital consisting of tools and instruments of labor of the value of about 2,000 francs. But a floating capital was indispensable. Each of these workmen contrived, not without great difficulty, to contribute 10 francs, and other workmen, not belonging to their society, added some little offerings to swell their capital. On the 10th of March, 1849, having collected the sum of 229 francs 50 cents, the association was declared to be founded. But their little social fund was insufficient for the cost of starting and the small daily incidental expenses of their establishment. Nothing remained for wages, and 2 months passed without the members of the association receiving a single cent of remuneration for their labor. How did they subsist during this time of crisis? As working men do subsist in periods when they are without work, through help given by their comrades and by selling or pawning their goods. Some orders, however, had been executed, and these were paid for on the 4th of May, 1849. That day was to the association what the first victory is in war, and they determined to celebrate it. Having paid all urgent debts, each associate received a sum of 6 francs 61 cents. It was agreed that each should keep 5 francs, and that the remainder should be spent in a fraternal banquet. The 14 members, most of whom had not tasted wine for more than a year, sat down to a common dinner with their families. The cost was 32 sous a family. For another month, their wages only reached 5 francs a week. In June, however, a baker, either a lover of music or a speculator, proposed to buy a pianoforte of them and pay for it in bread. The offer was accepted, and the price agreed upon was 480 francs. This was a piece of good fortune for the association, which was thus secure of the first necessary of life. The price of the bread was not considered in the wages of the members. Each man received the amount necessary for his own consumption, and the married men enough for their families. By degrees, the association, the members of which were very clever workmen, surmounted the obstacles and privations of the first period of its existence. Their books gave excellent testimony to their progress. In the month of August, the weekly earnings of each member rose from 10 to 15 and 20 francs. Nor did this represent the whole of their profits, for each member paid in the common fund a weekly contribution larger than the sum he withdrew as wages for his own use. On the 30th of December 1850, the books of the association revealed the following encouraging facts. The members at that date amounted to 32. The establishment was paying 2,000 francs per annum for rent, and their premises were already too small for their business. The value of the tools, etc., belonging to the society was 5,922 francs 66 cents. The value of their goods and raw material amounted to 22,972 francs and 28 cents. The cash box of the society contained bills for 3,540 francs. Open credits, almost all good, amounted to 5,861 francs 99 cents. Their stock, therefore, amounted to 39,317 francs 88 cents. The society only owed 4,737 francs 80 cents of ordinary business debts and 1,650 francs to 80 well-wishers to the association among working men in the same trade, for small loans advanced to the association at its commencement. The net balance in favor of the society was therefore 3,930 francs. Since then, the association has never ceased to flourish. Long live the Republic!